Everybody, welcome. This is Race on Oz. This is Heat 3 Split 1. We're at Spa this week. So my name is Nick. I'm going to be taking you through this race. Hopefully, we get a special guest with us tonight. So I was supposed to get someone in to co-commentate tonight, but not around yet. But hopefully, fingers crossed, special guest. I think most people would recognise him. Hopefully like who it is as well.
Green line, go.
About to get things kicked off here. So got some pretty fast dudes in this split tonight. One of the fastest is this man here, Jamie, rocking an Aston Martin tonight. So yeah, reigning Pro Division champion from last season. So he's out there tonight. So is Burrodog as well in a Lexus. So we'll see how he goes this evening. Crashy mate, he's back. He was in one of the other heats last week that I commentated on. I thought he did a pretty bloody good job actually. So I'm looking forward to see how he goes this evening. Have a look at this dude. I've seen a little bit. How's that for a livery? That's a man who's very proud of his Honda. So good to see him back tonight. Bruce usually drives at Aston Martin, so not venturing beyond his comfort zone this evening. Nice blue and gold livery. We've got Ty Morgo in the racing green Bentley. Bentley racing green. Looks very nice. So he's joining us this evening. JJ Penguin, commentator, racer, league admin, league director, you name it. This dude does it all. So he will be racing this evening. We've got Eagle Wind. He won his heat last week. So he's in good form. So we'll see what he can do this evening. So look, there's another car out there. Where is yeah, we do have a 20. Scotty Pine. He was good last week as well in the heat that I commentated on. So we'll see if he can put in another good showing tonight. We'll make our way around Spa in his flight. Still consistent, this fella. Very consistent driver. So we'll see how it all pans out. Jamie, though, is going to be the first driver. Let's have a look at the circuit. The onboard. We're on board with Jamie. Making his way into turn 1, the source. And get a little bit hairy down here at the first turn. First lap as well as he makes his way down the hill. Side of the infamous F1 crash now. Through one of the most famous corner names in motorsport, Eau Rouge, now up through Radion, takes it flat. In 5th gear, almost 250 clicks. He makes his way up the 770 metre Camel Straight. 6th gear, flat out. Tops out about 264. Now into Lacombe. Right-hander. Just how much curb you use through there is up to how much you dare. You've got to use a lot of it there through turn 9. Now it's the short run down the hill into Bruzel's. It's hard on the brakes. You want to keep a nice tight line through here. It's a corner that seems like it just goes forever, so you're going to have a lot of patience. Now through turn 11, No Name or Jackie Hicks corner, whatever you want to call it. Uses a lot of the curb on the exit. Now to the very, very fast double left-hander, Puwan. Eases off the gas, short shift down into 3rd gear. Back up into 4th. Flat out on the gas here. Through the final part of it. Now turn 13, the right-hander. Turn 14, this is Campus. So once again, this requires a lot of patience. Got a bit of runoff there, but guys can get a little bit greedy as they make their way through there. Now this is Corte Pelferrer. I think that's how you pronounce it anyway. Running the car nice and wide there, utilising the maximum track limits that he can. And he's going to blast it. Coming up, you've got to stay right away from that inside curb. It will turn the car around. He does just that. Seasoned campaigner, you'd expect such a standard from here. Now to the bus stop chicane. Very hard on the brakes. Down into first gear. He's all going to hustle the car through. And he'll be the first driver to set a lap. Mr. N. Wilson is in the Lamborghini again this evening. Very distinctive livery he has on. That's what I've found most enjoyable, all the different liveries, letting creativity fly a little bit. Here's Team Little Bear. Making his way through now. Can't miss that car. Here's JJ Penguin. What has he got in the McLaren tonight? And he gets on the timesheets there. Second off the pace of Jamie, who did a 2:18.9. This is Scotty Pye. What's he got in that Ferrari? He goes P5. Nice work from him. That's a good time. What else we got? Fly in the Macca. What about Angry as Fly crashes the line? This dude, very, very unlucky last week. He actually got beached at turn 1 at Monza on the sausage curb. Could not go forward, could not go back, could not go anywhere but the pits. He had to reset the track in the pits, and that was game over. He qualified on the front row as well. So very, very disappointing. His night barely got underway, barely made it through turn 2. So unfortunate for him. Hopefully luck is on his side this evening. He can have a better showing. Here's Vic Jan in the Lexus tonight. If you can win in the Lexus or go pretty well around here, you can just about go around in anything, anywhere. And look at that, a 2:18.5. So form is temporary, class is permanent. Big Chan. Just give him anything with 4 wheels, he'll make it go fast. Here's Jono Stan just taking a break from the links course tonight, doing some laps in the Lamborghini. Almost like a Spider-Man-esque livery. Again. What about Jamie? Do you like this one too? Number 100, distinctive number of his. Bit of a Monster Energy kind of vibe about the livery. Let's see if he can improve on his time. He doesn't. That crashy, mate. Like I said, I liked this guy last week. He was good. He was impressive. He's up there in P3 right now. We're about 7 minutes through this qualifying session. This is Heat 3 Split 1. We start to narrow it down. We go into the semi-finals and grand final over the next couple of weeks. So tonight's the last chance to impress Team Little Bear. He goes into P13. Is that enough to impress? We'll have to wait and see. Eagle Wind. He's in some good form. 007 in the Bentley. Livery, currently P8. That is where he will remain for now. What about Fly? Here he goes. Making his way through the bus stop. Doesn't improve on his time. HSV, first timed run for him. How close can he get to the time of 2:18.5 set by Vic Chan in the Lexus? We're about to find out. That's a bit anticlimactic, isn't it? That's alright. He's going to go again. We'll keep an eye on his progress. Here's Slambo in the Ferrari. Black and gold, if you like. Is it gold? Is it yellow? It's relatively fast. It's P6 right now. So Vic Chan, Jamie, Bruce. Crashy, mate. That's your first 2 rows of the grid. Angry Old Fella, Slambo. Scotty Pye with another good showing. Fly, Eagle Wind, Death Roll, D-Roll, and JJ Penguin. It's your top 10 right now. Can Jono Stan crack the top 10? Let's see what he's got in the Lamborghini. Time starting to tick away now. Just a tad over 6 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. So Jono Stan goes P13. So nice work from Jono Stan there. What about Jamie? Get any closer to that pole position time? He can. He goes pole, in fact. 2/10, almost 3/10 faster than Vic Chan there. Just keep up here. Burrow Dog Mr. N. Wilson. He improves up into P7. Nice driving from him. Ty Morgo. Let's see what he can do in the Bentley. Former Pagdian Next Level Racing Team member. Currently P15. That is where he will remain for now. His Brenchkills. I like the livery. I know it's a game livery. I like it anyway. P14. That's where he will remain for the time being. What about Fly? Oh, hello to our guests as well, to our viewers. Welcome aboard. If anyone knows where the Hagman is, tell him to jump on his PS4 and accept my party invite so he can jump on the stream with us. So if anyone out there, or if Hagman yourself, if you are listening, I sent you a friend invite, I sent you a party invite. Jump on. I'm sure the viewers would love to hear from you. Here's Slambo. Not hearing from him, but we're watching him. So we've got 18 in the lobby now. What else do we have? Here's John O'Stan. So Chris Riggs says, Burrow bent my car yet? Not yet. He's down in 13th though, so he's got a little bit of work to do, but he hasn't bent it yet, Riggsy, so should be alright. But yeah, if anyone's seen the Hagman, knows of him, tell him, get to his PlayStation. And, jump on. You don't want to have to listen to me by myself for the next 53 minutes, that's for sure. Alright, what about Vic? Can he answer back? Ooh, he is almost 2/10 up. He's just got the bus stop to go. Can he snatch back pole position? Just a tick over 3.5 minutes remaining in this one. He improves his time, but not his position. So he's still in P2. Here's Jamie. Can he go faster? 2:18.2 is the time right now. He's just setting up for a lap here. Might be set a faster time on that one. Here's Ty Morgo. Currently in P16. Only 3 minutes left in this one. This is Heat 3, Split 1. It's the final of the heats. We move into the semi-final and the grand final next week and the week after. Before we start the season proper, so it is approaching fast. Here's Eagle Wind. He improves. He goes up to P8. Who did I see? I saw this guy. Here we go. Scotty Pite. Oh, look who it is, everyone. Hagman, are you there? Oh, I can't hear him. Are you there, Hagman? He's in the party. Oh, hopefully we can get him on in a moment. That's not worth showing right now, is it? Haggis, can you hear me? Oh no, he was in there. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Sorry for this, everyone. Yeah, he's there. He's in a game voice chat. Hagman, can you hear me? Hopefully he can. Oh man, maybe just jump out and then jump back in again. That might do the trick. Oh man, hopefully he can get back in. We'll wait and see. Oh, that was JJ Penguin. He didn't finish his lap. Let's see what he does. He doesn't improve, so he remains in P14 for now. Hopefully we can get Haggis back very, very shortly. Says he's in the party, but here's Vic. He improves. He goes P1. He takes pole position away from Jamie. This is Mr. N. Wilson. We'll just watch the end of his lap. Jamie's just coming through now. Can he take it back? It's 500ths of a second. And no. So not to be right now. We're in the final minute of this qualifying session. Heat 3, Split 1. I'll get to you in a minute, Hagman, in between qualifying and race. He's crushing, mate. He's on the second row of the grid. Can he elevate himself into the first row? No, he can't. Haggis has left the party. Maybe try, come back in again. Qualifying coming to a rapid conclusion here. 20 seconds left. Scott Pye, he's got it in P13. What can he do? He remains in P13 for now, so he'll have one more lap to change that. HSV, he'll get maybe one more lap after this one if he can make it to the line. 3, 2, 1. I don't think he did. He goes P6 still. Where are we? Slambo. He is currently P5. So we've gone 000, so these will be the last laps of these cars. I think Jamie's still out there circulating right now. We'll have a quick look at him. We'll see if he's on a lap. No, he isn't. That's a pretty clear indicator he's not. So it looks like it's going to be Vic Chan, Jamie. Let me get all this sorted. We'll put it on fly because that gives us a good camera for the start. So Vic Chan, congratulations. He's going to start in P1. We've got Jamie, who will begin on the second row of the grid, on the first row of the grid, sorry, in P2. Crushy, mate, made a pretty good impression so far. Fly, he's going to start in P4. Slambo, he will be beginning his race in P5. Nice showing from HSV in P6. Bruce, good showing from him in P7. You've got Angry. Better luck for Angry tonight, hopefully. Eagle Wind as well. He's going to be starting from P9. Burrow Dog, he's going to start in P10. Then in 11th is Mr. N. Wilson. He'll be joined by Jono Stan down there in P12th. Then you got Scott Pye. He's going to begin his race in P13. JJ Penguin, he will start in the McLaren in P14. Then you got Brenticles. He's going to start there from P15. Ty Morgo, he will begin from P16. Then in 17th, it's Team Little Bear. And then rounding out our grid is Familiar GTR, I think it is called, in P18. All right, let's see if we can get the Hagman back. Just excuse the screen. Let's try and get him, because I'm sure everyone will want to hear from this man. I think it's like X66 or something. There it is. Ah, he's joined. Maybe We're not missing anything, everyone. We should be all right here. Maybe do I have a message that's come through here? Yeah. Just let's start the party again. If you can hear me, Hagman, have another go at it in a moment. How professional is this? We're keeping it pretty chilled, you know. All right, Hagman, have another go at that. See if you can get in. That would be awesome. And then, what about party settings? Oh, can you hear me, Haggis? Party chat, game chat. Oh, man. Hagman, where are you? You're not on mute, are you, somehow? Always chat audio. Prioritize game chat. Can you hear me now, Haggis? No. Prioritize party chat. No. Oh, no, we don't need to do that. Oh, man. Why is this not working? I don't think we're missing anything, anyone. Does he have it? Surely he has a... This player's in a game voice chat. How far away are we from getting this thing started? Not too sure. Alright. We've still got a little bit of time by the looks of things. Here we go. So that is our grid. It says that there's cars still out there. Ah, hang on. There we go. 4th. Alright, here we go. So, alright, we've got 3 minutes. Where are you, Hagman? How do I get this dude? No. Party settings. I don't know. Prioritize party chat. Yeah. I don't know what is happening here. I can see him. There he is. This player is in a game voice chat. What does that even mean? I wonder if you can hear me through here. Nah. Oh, that's unfortunate. I really don't know what to do here. I've got 2 minutes still, so don't stress. It says he's in a game voice chat. So I don't know what's happening. Yeah, the joys, I guess. Sorry, Hagman. Sorry, everyone watching as well. Would have been nice to have him on, but not to be. Alright, so might just have to do it solo. I don't know. Can't communicate with him. Alright, yeah, we're just going to have to do it without him tonight, everyone. My apologies. Hopefully he can be back next week. That'd be good. We've got a whole week to sort it out. Yeah. He's in there. Look, he's... Ah, here we go. Message. Unable to hear you. Yeah, I know. I know. Oh, you can't hear me. I can't hear you. I don't know. Alright, so yeah. Here we go. We're about to get this thing underway, so yeah, maybe it was just not to be. I don't know what was happening with it. Warm-up lap is about to start. They're off they go. One more try. Hagman.
Yep, we're here.
Oh! We can hear you! You're here!
I needed a 10-year-old to sort it out.
See if you can turn your volume up a little bit. That would be handy. Or speaking closer to the microphone. Oh, are you there?
Yep, can you hear me?
Yeah, very faintly. Hang on a second, everyone. I'll try not to miss the start of the race. Can I turn you up somehow? Party settings. Where are you? Adjust microphone.
Trying at this end.
Adjust audio mix. Yeah, that's there. Chat audio. If you go into party settings, should be a party settings. Should be adjust microphone level in there.
Is that any better?
Oh, that is heaps better. Yes. All right, we've got you. How good is that? Brilliant. My man, how you going?
We're good.
Oh, now it's gone faint again. Audio, it's always the hardest. Whatever you did before, do that again, because I could hear you perfectly.
What's that?
Oh, perfect.
Rock and roll.
That's great. All right. All right.
Right at the start of the race.
Who's your...
Vic's on pole, is he?
He is, yeah. Yeah, Vic.
And we've got a new racer, have we? Crashy mate, who seems to be quite fast as well, is he?
Yeah, he
He's
raced last week. So yeah, he put on a pretty good showing around Monza. So we'll see how he goes tonight. And how are you, my man? How you going?
Yeah, we're good. We've been in holiday, but we're back and trying to get our head around sim racing again and technical difficulties, obviously.
Well, I've been told to ask you, how did you go last night in the PC League as these guys just make their way around on their warm-up lap? How did you go?
Yeah, we did okay. We came 19th out of 38, but that was the first time I'd ever used the PC. I had no practice. I just came home from holiday, jumped straight on it. I had no setup or anything, so I was kind of okay with that. But it's completely different. The trail breaking's different. Everything's different. The field of view's different. Curbs are different in terms of how the car handles. I need a bit of practice.
Okay, well, it sounds like you did a reasonably good job. 19th out of 38. Which track was it?
Spa.
Yeah, very nice. All right, beautiful. All right, well, you'll be well versed in the circuit tonight. So so Vic was able to put it on pole. Jamie was in P2, and then you had Crashy Mate P3 and Fly in P4 there as well. So decent grid. You got a few other fast guys up there, Slambo and HSV. So we'll see how this one, how it all pans out. And
Jamie and Vic at the front. That's a bit of a surprise.
I'm as shocked as you are. He's doing it in a Lexus too.
Right, so here we go.
Yeah, I'll get started, make their way to the GT start-finish line.
Yep. Hopefully we get a clean run up. Get a clean first lap.
Fingers crossed.
Yep.
We don't get too much action at Eau Rouge and Radion. Let's.
Green light.
There it is. So we got this one started. Looks like Vic got away well in the Lexus. Jamie following up through Eau Rouge. Everyone circulating through there. Looks like most drivers were able to make it through. All drivers, in fact, were able to get through there without any worry as they make their way up the Camel Straight. That is a Lexus just on the grass there on the exit of Radion. But everyone's made it through safe and sound. That's the most important thing. Ty Morgo is up there as well. Looks like they're going three wide through Lacombe. Get back to the front. The timing screen's just flipping out a little bit. Crashy Mate in the Audi. He remains in P3. Slambo looks like he's moved up a spot. He's moved into 4th position as well. He's right on the back of Crashy Mate right now as well. So this will be a nice little battle. This is going to be Ferrari versus Audi, but everyone's made it awake. Oh no, that's Slambo. He's going around. So that was at Pouon. That was the entry of Pouon. He just lost the back end. He got collected. He got clipped by another car there as well. I'm not too sure who it was involved. Oh, there's cars everywhere. Bruce, Mr. N. Wilson, he wasn't in there, but Bruce was. Was Angry Old Fella mixed up in it? I don't think so. And then, yeah, Bruce looks like he's been the biggest victim there. He's lost a whole bunch. And Crashy Mate as well. So, it's terrible luck for him. He got caught up in that with it was Slambo. Just lost the back end there. And there he is there at the back just behind Team Little Bear. So, unfortunately, incidents on lap 1 at Pouon. And yeah, that's ruined a couple of races so far. So they've got plenty of work. Oh, look at the damage on the side of Slambo. So no good for him. And he will have to come into the pits. I'll just follow him in. Surely he will stop. No, he's going to continue around. All right. HSV, though, he's made a stop. He's come into the pits. So it is one stop. Tyres are mandatory. Fuel is optional. Mr. N. Wilson putting on a nice showing here. But Jamie and Vic, Hagman, they have they've just broken away. Private race at the front between those two right now.
Yeah, it's very much looking that way, is it? They're in a league of their own after one lap. So
looking like they're going to be pretty hard to catch now. Extracted in the chat. He's my dad. All right, so your son is on there. What's your son's name?
Oh, that's Rudy.
Reedy?
Rudy, yep, the Roadster.
Oh, Rudy. Okay, there you go, Rudy. So shout out to Rudy. Dad's doing a good job so far. All right.
He's the technical expert.
Kids usually know a lot more than the adults, don't they? This is Scott Pye. He is in P5, so he's had a cracking start to this one. Started in 13th, so he's been able to take advantage of some of the chaos that was up ahead. 4 drivers in the pits: HSV, Crashy Mate, Bruise, and Fly. Those drivers have all come under duress in the opening lap of this one. This is Burrow Dog. He's chasing down Brent because he's got Ty Morgo behind him. Just doing another little quick scan down. Slambo continued on. So he has gotten himself past the Bentley of Familia GTR. So he's down there. He's continuing on after his early excursion on lap 1 at Pouon. But out in front, though, it's Vic Chan getting chased down by this man in the Aston Martin, Jamie. These two have absolutely cleared out, and they're in their own little private battle right now. So we'll get back to where the action is. And that's Angry Old Fella looking to go up the inside of Jono Stan at the bus stop chicane. Jono Stan, he's had a good start as well. He began the race in P12. He's already moved up into P6. What have you seen so far, Hagman? What's your observation so far of this one?
Yeah, pity about them separating up. Let's let Jamie and Vic get a bit of a jump on everyone. Hopefully Jamie can stick with Vic and we'll have that race going up at the front, and then it's a race for third, is it?
Pretty much.
So that, yeah.
Oh, Angry Old Fella just losing it at Ruddy on there. Almost lost it, almost clipped the wall. Managed to keep the foot into it though, so didn't lift for a second as he goes up the Kemmel Straight, tucked into the draft. Jono Stan closing in under brakes. Bentley very good under brakes. Oh, Jono Stan just getting a little bit loose through the comm. That's enough for Angry Old Fella to take that spot away from him. So nice work from Angry. He's had a much better start to this week's race than he did last week, being beached at turn 1. How'd you go last week, Hagman? Or did you race last week, or you were still on holidays?
Yeah, I was on holiday last week. Yeah.
Where was the location of holidays?
Albany.
Albany. Oh, WA?
Yeah, down with the Anzacs.
Down south. Yeah, it's a nice part of the world down there.
Yeah, it certainly is. So I'm seeing we've got 4 that have pitted: HSV, Bruise, Fly, and Crashy Mate. So I'm assuming they were all ones in the melee.
Crashy Mate definitely, Bruise definitely, and I think Fly and HSV got caught up in it as well. So they would be, you would be correct. They would be the 4 drivers that were caught up in that melee.
So if they never had too much damage, then maybe they've done their pit stop. Maybe they can jump up a bit with later on in the race. Clean air.
Yeah, well,
so we'll see how they go.
Yeah, well, they're not, like a lap down or anything like that. So they should be all right. Hopefully they can work their way back into this race. It's a 1.3 second gap between Vic and Jamie right now as we're going 7 minutes in this one, but we've got a nice little battle here brewing between two McLarens. It's Brenticles and JJ Penguin. So JJ started down in 14th. Brenticles, he started his race just in P15. So both these drivers have managed to move their way up through the field so far. And they're doing quite well. 8th and 9th for JJ and Brenticles as they head up the Kemmel.
So we've got Scotty Pie, Angry, Jono, and then not far behind them JJ, and then Brenticles and Burrow. So there's a big group of them here that are quite close together.
Yeah, this could become very exciting. But JJ though, he's had an off. That was just at Lacombe, so I'm not too sure what's happened. But he's got big damage too.
Big damage.
Yeah. So that's definitely going to be a pit stop for him. That's not what you want to see at this stage of the race. These very early stages as well. So he's going to have to get that home back to the pits. He's got Team Little Bear to just help chaperone him a part of the way. But that's a lot of damage to that McLaren. That's going to be a pretty lengthy pit stop for him. And that's going to...
they're going to take a bit of buffing out, that one, is it?
Yeah. There's a fair bit of elbow grease involved in that one. Let's have a look. Angry Oldfellow and Scott Pye. So Scott Pye's been impressive. One of the AM drivers from last season. He definitely held his own last week. He had a good battle with Adman on the last lap around Monza. He's got Angry behind him. He's no slouch. So this will be a nice little battle between the Bentley and the Ferrari.
You don't need to give Angry too many opportunities, and he'll be coming up the inside here. Watch, this could be one of them.
Yeah. So he just made contact with the rear of the car after Scotty Pye just got a little bit loose there out of the final turn. Angry goes the tighter line through the source. Now down the hill. Let's see how they go through Eau Rouge. Hold your breath.
Yeah, if he sticks with them, he'll be in the draft. Maybe.
Yeah, a little bit loose through there. Let's see if the Bentley's got the legs. Not known for its top speed. The Ferrari more so.
It's Jono that's putting the pressure on.
Oh, there you go. Oh, Jono. And he's gone deep under brakes at Lacombe. So Angry started the lap attacking Scott Pye, but he's ended up having to defend from another Italian manufacturer. That's the Lamborghini of Jono Stan. So
yeah, I think Angry just got a little bit loose going up through with the dirty air, going up Eau Rouge, and that Jono was okay behind him and closed up.
Yeah, just unsettled it a little bit. So we'll watch Jono Stan for a little bit now. They make their way through Pouon. Are you a fan of this circuit, Hagman?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is one of the best circuits in the world. The history that's associated with this place, and then Eau Rouge. You certainly need big kahunas to be going up Eau Rouge flat stick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
a proper driver circuit.
Yeah.
And all the guys that go there, I mean, say like it's a really special place. I've never been on it, but there's not many don't like going there.
Yeah,
it says everything you need to know.
Yeah, I've not been before, but I'd love to go. Definitely on the bucket list, that's for sure. So Jono Stan just
bring your raincoat.
Yeah.
It rains a lot.
Well, it's got its own kind of weather system, doesn't it? Sort of similar to Bathurst a little bit in that aspect, but it could be bone dry at one end of the circuit and soaking wet at the other part. So I don't think we're going to get...
Actually, it's one of the few circuits that you can like walk a lot round. Like, it's over such an area, but But the way that the track's laid out in the spectator areas, you can be constantly walking around. Whereas a lot of the modern day Formula 1 circuits, you get a seat and you kind of have to stick with it.
Yeah.
But Spa gives you an opportunity to go and see from so many different spots.
No, you definitely have to appreciate that. I can only think of probably Phillip Island is probably in terms of accessibility and being able to walk around the whole circuit, probably be the best circuit for that I've ever experienced. Bathurst is pretty good as well. So Jono Stan, he's trying to make his way up to the rear of Angry Old Fella, who's been able to get it back together now. So he's right on the back of Scott Pye again. So this is the battle for 5th, 6th and 7th between these cars. Out in front, it's Vic Chan leading the way from Jamie. Here we go, Angry. Can he go up the inside into Pouon? There we go, it's almost side by side. They pretty much are. It's going to squeeze him a little bit wide, Scott Pye. And I think Angry has managed to do it. By the looks of it, he has. Oh, here comes Jono Stan coming through as well. So it's a 2-for-1 there. Jono manages to get through, and Scott Pye just loses a couple of spots. And now he's got a hard-charging McLaren of Brenticles to deal with as well as a remainder of that. So he just drops a couple of spots there. As Jono Stan and Angry Old Fella, they continue on with their battle now. We'll keep up with this. Jono Stan looking very racy right now. So they come through Blanchimont, stay away from that inside curb. He's going to break later here. So it looks like Jono just pulls out of it a little bit. Might just be setting him up for up the Camel Straight. Let's see what they can do as they go into the sauce. Have you decided on what car you might be racing for the upcoming season, Haggis?
Yeah, we're back to the Bentley, but I was in the BMW. That was what I had planned doing. I did a livery for it, and then the band the BMW. So
Okay.
Just the minute I had picked it, when it was gone. But yeah, it's got I think with a certain rake and a certain rear wing, the BOP's sort of given an advantage on it. So if you know how to set it up, you can get an advantage. And I think most of the leagues have just taken a position with it that until they know exactly what's going on. Kunos have done an update to correct it, but I think most of the leagues are still a bit uncertain about it. So
Okay.
So we're back with a Bentley just because I never had any time to do anything. I just picked it, and we'll see how we go with it.
Yeah. Well, it certainly served you well last season, so hopefully it can be just as good for you in the upcoming one as well. So only not far away. We've got a couple more of the pre-season races to go, and then we'll be back for the season proper. So looking forward to that in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, that'll be on the next gen
Yes.
update.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, so how are you going securing a PS5? Have you got one yet, or have you got one sort of lined up?
Yeah, we have got one. So
Yeah,
but yeah, they're rear and toilet roll at the moment.
They are worth their weight in gold right now. So, but yeah, looking forward to that. Hopefully some of the broadcast capabilities will be upgraded a bit. Will be quite nice. So just having a look at the front here, we've gone quarter race distance already. So just to tick over quarter race distance, it's Vic Chan and Jamie. So it's a second the gap now between Jamie and Vic. So it was hovering around about 1.3. He's cut the deficit down to a second now. So both these drivers in unfamiliar cars. Vic in the Lexus, Jamie in the Aston Martin. So two cars you don't often see them in. Mr. N. Wilson, he's putting in a fantastic effort tonight. I think it's a bit of a lonely race for him at the moment. As I say that, no, it isn't. He's got Eagle Wind right behind him, so he was a winner last week. So Mr. N. Wilson's got his work cut out. Then it's Angry Old Fella, John O'Stan, Scott Pye, Brenticles, Burrodog and Slambo. So that's the top 10. We've got 4 drivers that have pitted: HSV, Bruce, JJ and Fly. That was all due to an incident pretty much on lap 1 at Pouon. JJ came unstuck at Lacombe a few laps ago now, so he had a lot of damage to repair. Looks like that's all been sorted out. He's down there in P16. So that's pretty much the state of the race. We have a special guest this evening. We've got the Hagman. So thank you very much for joining us. We got there in the end with the technical difficulties. But give us the quarter race synopsis. What have you seen so far in the first opening 15 minutes of this one?
Yeah, well, I think you were mentioning there, like Vic in the Lexus and Jamie in the Audi. They swap into different cars and they're still clear off from everybody. The talent just shines through regardless of which car they're in. And then there's been some good battles with Angry, Jono, Scotty Pye, and like you say, Eagle Wing catching up with Mr. Wilson. That's shaping up for a good battle for the last position on the podium. And I think Jamie and Vic will be quite entertaining. I think they'll stick together and they'll be right to the death with it, as they quite often are. Yeah. So we've got a few battles there for the podium positions. Looking good.
Yeah, hopefully we can get a good race out of those two. But in the meantime, though, Brenticles is putting all sorts of pressure on Scott Pye now. Not too sure if you saw the race that Scott Pye was in last week, as Burra absolutely sends it at La Source in the Lexus. So he definitely licked the stamp and sent it then. You got Burra. He's going to battle it out with Slambo, who's already had an off here tonight at Pouon. So go up through Radion at the top of Eau Rouge, head up the Camel Straight. So getting back to that battle between Brenticles and Scott Pye. So last week he managed to soak up all the pressure. He's under pressure for a lot of the race, Scott Pye, and he was able to do a really good job of it. So he's going to be in a similar position tonight with Brenticles right behind him. So we'll see if he can do that again.
Burra getting through there.
Yeah, he did it. He's ahead of Slambo there.
Yep. Just got the draft going down the straight and got him on the inside.
Right, nice move from him.
Down the Keppel Straight.
Or is Slambo's ahead? Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, so as to swap positions. Still a second is the gap between Vic and Jamie. Team Little Bear, he comes in for his pit stop. It's a very long pit stop around here as well, because you need to go through the F1 pit lane and then make your way down the hill to the GT as well. This is Brenticles all over the back of that Ferrari now.
This is a good car.
Yeah, this is good driving from both of these guys. So no quarter given by either of these two. Let's see who can break the latest. It's going to be the long way around the outside there. Oh, who's that? That's Slambo, I think, ahead of him.
Broke him.
Yeah.
Broke himself.
So he loses a couple of spots. And Brenticles just can't quite get past. Here comes the Lexus again. That's Burra. So he makes his way past. I think Slambo... Where are you, Slambo? Oh, he's up in P. So, yeah, that is for position there. Just wait for the timing screen to update itself. It's the second lap in a row. We've seen that Lexus down the front straight there, down into turn 1. This is great driving from these four, all involved. Slambo. Brenticles is in there. Slambo Slambo just tucking. There we go. So the timing screen's updated itself now. As they come through the comm. So over a third race distance, that gap has dropped by 3/10. So Jamie only 7/10 behind Vic. Was sitting at a second for a while there, but he's managed to take out another little chunk. So that battle just heating up at the front. Good action right here though.
We've got John bearing down on Angry as well, so there's quite a few battles going on there.
Might have a quick look at that one as well. Yeah, so those two have been going at it for a couple of laps now. Oh, here we go again. So look at this. All 4 cars involved here. Scott Pye, Brendigles, Burrow Dog, Slambo. Brendigles looking to go around the outside. He does it. I think that was through Campus. So he takes a position away from Scott Pye. And now Burrow Dog is all over the back of that yellow Ferrari. He's got Slambo right behind him as well. There's Team Little Bear too, just up ahead. He'll be going a lap down after this. JJ's in the pits. But here is Burrow. We're going to see another lunge down the inside into the source. We've seen it 2 laps in a row. He's going to make it 3 laps. Slambo, he ducks off into the pits. Here we go. Take 3. Nah, too far back. Too far back. But he'll try and keep up. The Lexus has got plenty of tow in the in a straight line, so this could be a pretty good match for the Ferrari. Oh, wasn't able to keep his foot into it though, up Rouge, so see if that takes away from him.
Vic's in the pits.
Oh,
Early stop.
Gets that. There he is indeed. So we'll keep an eye on that. Just in the pits. So he's dropping down the field.
I'll keep an eye on Jamie, see if he tries and matches it.
In the meantime, we'll keep an eye on Burrow. This is just bubbling away now. So Scott Pye doing well, holding his own down in P7. Slambo's in the pits as well. I think the night might be over for JJ. Yes, Chris Riggs, that is correct. The Hagman, he is on comms tonight. So we've got a special guest. I thought it might be a bit of a fan favourite. So I tried to sort of keep it as a bit of a surprise for everyone. But we had the technical difficulties. So nonetheless, we got there.
There'll be subtitles appearing later. Even Google Translator can't understand me. So.
Well,
you should hear me when I'm drinking.
I can imagine. Well, you're coming through loud and clear here, so it's fantastic to have you on board. I see Sandeezy in the chat as well. How are you, my man? Nice of you to join us. Here we go. Here's Burrow. All over the back of Scott Pye now. And
Vic's still in the pits. I don't know what's going on there.
Kind of say he's been in there for a long time. Not too sure. Burrow is about to join him now as well. So I don't know what's happened to Vic. Maybe he's had a mistake, or maybe there's some damage that needed to be repaired. I have no idea. But he's in there. Its tyres are mandatory. Fuel's optional. So. Oh, he said his screen went black for a few seconds. I was in the wall when it came back on. Oh, no.
No.
So, I think... Oh, so he must have had to repair that damage. Hence the reason why he's in the pits for so long. So...
Yeah, that's a pity. We lost a good race with him and Jamie.
Yeah, we're
There's
not...
Still other scraps going on.
Carlos Dominiak. Is that Scott Pye supercar driver? No, not that I know of. I'm pretty sure it's not. I think that's why it's Scott Pie 20 or 2.0, but no, it's not the Scott Pie. So a big fan, obviously, though, who it is. So, and then Vic Chan saying he's got a new TV, so he's having some troubles with his TV, hence the black screen. So unfortunately for him, that's probably his race all done for the evening. He's got JJ to keep him company in the pits as well. And Jamie's going to just cruise out in front. He's 16 seconds ahead of Mr. N. Wilson, who is 3 seconds ahead of Eagle Wind. So that's your top three right now. We're fast approaching the halfway mark. Has there been any drivers in particular that have caught your eye tonight, Hagman?
Yeah, I think Mr. Wilson's doing a good job tonight. He's up there and keeping everybody behind him, and with Vic going out, that's given us a battle for the 2 podium positions for second and third. Angry's not that far off, so a bit of a change in the pits or stuff, and he could be up in the mix. For saying that, he's just jumped back a bit, but yeah, he could have been up in the mix for a podium position as well. Scotty Pie, he's been running up there and dicing with the best of them, so he's been doing well tonight as well.
Yep. No, I agree. He's definitely been putting in a nice drive tonight. Mr. N. Wilson, he's in the pits though right now.
Yep.
So that'll be his one and only pit stop that he requires. So he'll get that done and all sorted. In the meantime, Slambo is all over the back of Burrow Dog. He'll be having flashbacks to lap 1 here as he's going side by side through Poulon. But this time, Slambo makes it work.
Yep.
There we go. So that car's got plenty of battle scars on it from earlier on. But he's managed to slip through nicely. So he takes that position away from Burrow in P11. Moves that Ferrari up into P10. So he was lucky he could keep on going, because the cars that followed him, they were the ones who sort of caught the worst of it, didn't they? They were the ones who all had to pit early. Unfortunate for them. And we are fast approaching the halfway mark. So right now, it is Jamie from Eagle Wind, Angry, and Scott Pye. That's your top 4. Ty Morgo, Familiar, GTR. Now, Mr. N. Wilson, John O'Stan, they're both in the pits right now, so those positions may change. It is a very long pit lane here. Brenticles and Slambo, that rounds out your top 10 now. Drivers that have made the stop. So it's only one mandatory stop tonight. It is for tyres. Fuel is optional. Mr. N. Wilson, he's completed. So is Brenticles, Slambo, Burra, HSV, Bruise, Team Little Bear, and so is JJ, but I don't think he's in there in the race anymore. Neither is Vic Chan. So
we'll see if Eagle comes in, because he could make the overcut work here. Because when Wilson comes out, he's going to be getting the tyres up to temperature. Yep, and he's come in. So we'll see if the overcut works for him. Because you don't want to run more than one lap really with the overcut, because then they'll be out in fresh rubber. So this could be good for Eagle. See how he goes.
Well, we're going to have to keep an eye on Mr. N. Wilson. So the top 3 are all in the pits right now. So that's Jamie, Eagle Wind, and Angry. So let's see what Mr. N. Wilson can do if he can get past Eagle Wind, who's, as I've mentioned, it is a very, very long pit lane here. So he's going to take a fair while for him to get down there. Mr. N. Wilson just coming through Poulon. So Scott Pye and Ty Morgo, they've both pitted as well. So that's going to be everyone except Familiar, GTR. So those, looks like the halfway mark is the time to pit, Hagman. Now, just on the nickname, do you like it? Is that what other people call you? Are we allowed to call you that still? What's your thoughts?
That's my sort of question for JJ, like, because they have real names in the PC, but I'm quite attached to Haggis. So, and like I've called the car on the livery, I've called it Fear the Haggis Racing. So, and we've got a little mascot to go with it. So I would prefer the name to be back to Haggis than it feels unusual on the commentary when they're using your real name and not Haggis or
Yeah,
Hasman.
yeah. I think they're a little bit more formal in the PC league, so you don't have the. Here we go. So you don't have the option to go with your gamer name. All right, here we go. Mr. N. Wilson and Eagle wins. So it looks like Eagle's underway there, and Mr. N. Wilson, he's just coming up through Eau Rouge now. So it hasn't.
Close.
Yeah, he hasn't managed to get past, but there we go. There's the gap right there between the two. And there's Angry as well. So he's down there in P4.
So Eagle has jumped Wilson, has he?
No. Mr. N. Wilson was behind Eagle, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, they've stayed the same.
Yeah.
They've stayed the same. So,
I
essentially...
Wilson was in second, wasn't he?
No, he was in
Eagle
third.
Was behind him.
No, he
wasn't third until Vic went off. And then he went to second, didn't he?
I'm not too sure. I thought Eagle was in P2. Nonetheless, this is that's where it is. That's where it sits right now. Eagle Wind is in P2. So I'm not too sure.
I think he was. So Wilson went up to second when Vic disappeared, and then Eagle was behind him, and Eagle stayed out, and he's made the overcut work.
Okay.
So when
there you
Wilson's went round and the fresh tyres getting them up to pace, Eagle's been able to push on the old rubber.
Yep.
And got a jump on him.
There you go. So so he's out in P3. So essentially Jamie is the leader of this race overall right now. Familiar GTR in the Bentley. He's out in the lead physically on the circuit. We're moving into the second half of this one, and sort of we don't have too many cars. Oh, we got Ty Morgo. He's right behind HSV in the Mercedes. We'll get to Jono Stan. So he's having he's been involved in a few scraps tonight, Jono. So let's see if he can get past.
And I think HSV's got some pace because he's been catching up to Scotty Pie. So I think he's going to come under pressure in a lap or so. But HSV's probably out of position given the incident on the first lap.
Yeah. Alright, well, we'll keep an eye on that one. But right now, Jono Stan, right up under brakes on the back of the McLaren of Brenticles. Let's see, it's going to be McLaren versus Lamborghini fight as they go up Eau Rouge through Radion and then onto the Camel Straight. Looks like he gets a pretty good run out of there. Oh, he would have had his heart in his mouth for a second there. Here we go. Just inching up now, right side by side. Oh, he brakes a little bit later, Jono Stan. He keeps it moving too, so nice move through Lacombe.
Yeah. Oh, it was a nice move, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He takes that position away, so he'll move up into P8 right now. After starting, where did you start? P12 he started, so he's had a good race so far, and we are into the second half of this one. 24 minutes remaining, so still a fair way to go. A lot left in this one. Nice move from Jono Stan. Who else do we have out there? Is a little bit close. These are pretty much the closest two cars on the circuit. HSV's down there. So you're saying you think HSV might have a bit of pace here, closing in on Scotty Pie.
Yeah. I think he was about 3 seconds behind when I last noticed, and then the next I noticed it was with 1.5. Unless Scotty Pie had a bit of a moment.
Well, the best lap from HSV is a 220. 220.4. His last lap was a 221.3. So let's have a look at Scott Pye. Let's see what his times were. Yeah, so his last one, obviously he's coming to the pits at 3:53, but his best lap's at 2:20 as well, 2:20.871, so not quite as fast still up there too. So, wondering, did he either have a pit stop or did he have an off there? It was almost 4 minutes. Must have been a pit stop, I reckon.
Yeah. Would have been.
Yeah. Alright, so everyone's pitted. We're all set to go to the end, except one man, Familiar GTR. He does remain circulating. He's in P1 right now. He's just making his way through Pouon. Jamie not far behind, so he's got his stop still to make, and that'll be all cars done. We've lost a few. We started with 18. We're down to 15. Vic Chan was one of those drivers. I think Crashy Mate, he's gone as well. And the other one, just trying to, not too sure who that was, but we'll focus on what we've got left. Are you in Melbourne, Hagman?
No, we're in Perth.
Oh, okay. I was going to say the weather down in Melbourne. It's been. How do you deal with the weather over in Perth, given that you're from Scotland? It's been
Drink lots of beer.
I was going to say it's been scorching over there recently.
Yeah, we switched to white wine because it can be chilled.
I like it. Alright, just having a quick look at the chat here as well. So Crashy Mate had a little slide and Slambo had nowhere to go. So the back end to go back his back end, yeah, we both ended up sideways in traffic. Yeah, so Vic and Crashy Mate just dissecting their issues for the race.
So Scotty Pie is actually catching up on Brenticles, and he's actually keeping HSV at arm's length. So he's about to put Brenticles under a bit of pressure.
Oh, he runs wide as well through Blanchimont. So that allows the Ferrari to make up a little bit more ground.
Yeah, that's the closest battle that's going on at the moment. Wilson's dropping off of Eagle a bit. Yep.
So Scott Pye just did a faster lap there than Brenticles, but HSV was faster than Scott Pye. So we've got three relatively even-paced cars here. So we're just on board with Scott Pye making his way up the Camel now. So weather certainly not going to play its part in here. .24 p.m. local time. So the sun, I think it's a time multiplier 3 from memory they had on the race brief. But yeah, Scott Pye.
The pits at this one must be like so bad if, as like a racer, when you come in from racing speed and you've had to go that long in the pit.
Yeah.
It must just feel like you want to get out and walk, and you're just dying to get the pit limiter off, but it must go on forever. Must be really frustrating as a racer, because all you want to do is nail it.
Yeah, and there's nothing worse than being so eager on that pit limiter as well, of hitting it just that fraction early and then getting the stop-go penalty, or the drive-through penalty, whichever one you get. So that's the patience is a virtue in that case.
And meanwhile, when you're going so slow in the pits, all you'll be hearing is cars going, whoa!
Yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
whoa. And you're thinking, oh no, I'm losing. It's like must be really bad pit lane, that one, for the GT3s at Spa.
And you're just chugging along as well. You're going so slow, so it's
absolutely.
not an enjoyable feeling.
So Scotty Pie's dropped back a little bit from Brenticles, just back to like a second. See if he catches up again. And HSV's dropped back a little bit from Scotty Pie. Not much, but they're just going away rather than closing up.
Yeah, so they're kind of just maintaining right now. It's as we see a couple of cars. I think that was Familiar GTR. He's in the pits as Scott Pye, HSV for that matter, just gets a little bit loose there through Radion. So there's easy place to make a mistake up through there. You can get just a little bit, especially if you've got a bit of aero wash as well. Car can become very unsettled through there too. What do you find most challenging about this circuit, Hagman?
The going up through Rouge, that bit, or Radion, whichever bit that is, because to try and get the speed on the Kemmel straight, you're more or less hitting the curbs and track limits every lap. So you're trying to keep it flat, but you know that you're going to be bouncing off of one curb onto the other curb, and you're just like millimeters away every time from getting track limits. So that's the one that's tricky, but you don't want to get off the throttle, especially if you're in traffic, because you know you're just going to lose the slipstream on the straight. So that's the most challenging bit for me.
Yeah, so just finding that balance, would you say, of
and the other challenging corner for me is the no-name corner. That one,
11.
You're just forever wanting to brake later. You think you should brake later, and it just puts you slightly deep into the turn, and you miss the apex.
Yeah.
Or you don't clip the apex well enough. So that one's very frustrating. And no matter how much I know I need to just get the turn in earlier, my brain's telling me not to do it. It really plays with my head, that one. But yeah, those two bits.
Yeah, and I guess it's once you're coming out of Bruxelles as well, where you're hard on the brakes down the hill, and then you just want to zip into turn 11 and just sort of get through there nice and quick. So, completely understandable. All right. Well, some good insight from a driver's perspective. Any of the guys in the field that you've raced in the past that you can give us a bit of insight to, if you've found anyone challenging or who's been a pretty hard racer with you out there in the field tonight? Anyone that rings a bell?
Angry's definitely one. I mean, that, like, just you give him just a sniff of something, and he's going after it, right from going off the start finish line from the start. Making up positions. If I see him beside me, I know that I'm going to have to be very tight, or he'll be coming through. I've had I had a good battle with Burren one. That was like a race practice one, but I had a cracking battle with him. He was really good. Mr. Wilson a while back as well. But yeah, there's a number of guys in there that are really good racers. Yeah,
sounds like you've had a few nice tight battles with some of those drivers out there. So good stuff. And just as we were talking about it earlier, hitting that pit limiter off button a little bit too early, just after we finished talking about it, Familiar GTR did exactly that. So as he was coming out of the pits, he got a stop-go penalty, 30 seconds for a pit lane speeding violation. So he will have to serve that. He's down there in P13. Unfortunate for him. So we're moving into the final 15 minutes, final quarter of the race, and it's Jamie out in front. He's 22.9 seconds ahead of Eagle Wind. Mr. N. Wilson, he's in P3, so that's your podium right now. Closing in on him, 1.5 seconds behind his angry old fella in the Bentley. Then you got Slambo, Burrodog, and John O'Stan, who we're watching on screen. He's giving chase to Burra in the Lamborghini. He's following that Lexus nice and closely as they go up through Eau Rouge. You've got Brenticle, Scott Pye and HSV. That rounds out our top 10. We've lost a few drivers tonight. We're down to 15. We've started with 18, but it's been a pretty good race. We did unfortunately miss out on another Jamie versus Vic Chan battle at the front. Vic having some technical difficulties with his TV screen, so it just went black.
So John stands all over Burra. He's caught him up. He left Brenticle, so he's got good pace and he's now right on the tail of Burra.
Yeah, so they're coming through Bruzel's now. There's a blue flag waving. I'm not too sure why that would be, because this is for position between these two.
Yeah, there's sometimes the flags seem to be a bit. They're really good in general, but they sometimes seem to be a bit random.
Yeah.
The yellow flags. Sometimes I'm coming to corner and there's no incident or anything, and they're waving a yellow flag.
Yeah.
But it's as if they're saying, "Oh no, it's the haggis. Get the yellow flag."
Accident incoming.
Yeah.
Well, your second half of the season, last season, was fantastic. You took home your first race victory there as well. How was that? I was lucky enough to commentate in that night. Is a bit of a relief for you that you're able to get off the mark as we're watching Jono Stan and Burra going at it into the bus stop? Is this going to be it here? Is he going to make the move? He's going to have to go around the outside. That is the long way around. Oh, a little bit of contact between the two. No harm, no foul. And they will continue on. So Jono will try and have a go up the Camel Straight once they make it through the source. So I was going to say, yeah, your first victory. What were your thoughts around it? Was it relief?
Yeah, I think the first couple of races I had of that season, I felt I had a good chance, and then didn't get past the first corner in both of them. Then Paul Ricard, the Bentley, was struggling with top line speed, and just wasn't that well suited to that. So when we came to Kyalami, it was kind of good, because I just felt that I had a bit of pace and was just not been able to show it. And I guess after a while you begin to think that it's just you that's the problem, not everybody else, if you keep not being able to turn it into a good result. So it was good to get a good result, but the race itself was quite sort of benign, because I wasn't really scrapping with anyone, and I do like the races where you're dicing, just as Angry Old Fellow and Wilson. So Angry's just came off the Camel Straight, they're side by side. Wilson's held it, but yeah, scrapping like that is what it's all about.
Yeah.
So it was a bit a quiet race, but it was nice to win.
Yeah, well, the dicing that we're watching right now between Angry and Mr. M. Wilson. So this is for the final podium position. We're in the final 10 minutes of this one. So this is the stuff that you're talking about. Hagman going wheel to wheel, door to door between these two. Can Mr. M. Wilson hold off Angry Old Fella and take out a final podium position? Be a great boost for his confidence. Didn't have a great result last week, so this will do him a world of good if he can snatch P3. But Angry's going to do everything he possibly can in his power to try and not make that happen. I think he'd be pretty happy with his race after last week as well. He got beached at turn 1 on the sausage curve, so he got spun around and couldn't get it going again. He tried everything. He had to eventually reset to pit, so that was his night all done and dusted, unfortunately. I don't know if that's happened to you before. It's the first time I've seen anything like that ever.
We've got Jono going up over Eau Rouge. He's in the slipstream, could be coming for a move down here.
Here we go. Tucked in right behind him.
Didn't make it, yeah.
No. Alright, so we got a couple of scraps going on right now. They're going to take us through all the way to the end of this one. Only 8 minutes and 10 seconds away, so this one's gone by pretty quick. HSV.
Yeah, the door-to-door racing, that's what it's all about. I mean, that's why, like, when you're on the grid, it doesn't matter that if you're not up the front. If you can be getting a race where you're scrapping it out with other people, then that's where the fun is. So
yeah.
It's not all about winning at the end of the day. Not everybody can win, but if you're on the grid and you've been able to go door to door people, then you come off with a huge smile on your face regardless of what position you ended up in.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't necessarily need to be racing for the lead. It's as long as you get that, I guess, that competition, and yeah, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Racing, and if you're racing with good people as well, which we have plenty of them in this league, it just makes it that extra level of enjoyable. So, and Johnny,
Angry's dropped back a little bit, but John is
1.2.
still, he's keeping up the pressure on Burra.
Here we go. So Jono, don't think he'll have a go into the bus stop this time around. He won't. So time starting to tick down. Less than 7 minutes remaining. Got a couple of scraps going on. Angry Old Fella and Mr. N. Wilson. So it's 1.5 seconds between Angry and Wilson. So it doesn't look like he's going to be able to have a go at in there. So we'll stick with Jono Stan. Now HSV, he's closed up right on the back of Scott Pye here. So these positions aren't finalised just yet. We're going to just flick between the two. Jono Stan and Burra, they're going to be the first ones up the Camel Straight. Maybe you keep an eye on Scott Pye and HSV. I'll keep an eye on Jono and Burra Dog as they make their way rapidly towards the com. Jono just not close enough to make a lunge. Not this time around. What about HSV? Mercedes versus
he's
Ferrari.
Not close enough.
No. And then Angry Old Fella, he didn't make up any ground on Mr. N. Wilson, who's got a nice little gap between him and Angry now, 1.4 seconds. So he's looked good tonight, Mr. N. Wilson. He qualified... Where did you qualify, Mr. N. Wilson? Just having a quick look here. 11th. There we go. 11th to 3rd. Good drive from him.
Quality.
Yeah. Burra and we'll get the new. It's 1.6 now between Angry and Wilson. So that is looking good for him as we are in the last final 5 minutes of this race. This is Heat 3, Split 1. We move on to the semi-finals next week and the grand final the week after that. Here we go, Jono, tucked in right under that Lexus rear wing. So they go through Blanchimont side by side. That is very risky. Oh, making their way through.
If you're going through there, you need the other driver to be accommodating or it can end in disaster.
Yeah. I think these two are pretty familiar with each other as well.
Yep.
Here we go. And
so Scotty Pye's holding off HSV. He's got a bit of a gap on him. Half a second.
Yeah.
But then saying that, he's got up a bit.
There we go. So Jono makes the lunge. We've seen Burra do that a couple of times. This time the roles are reversed. Jono able to sneak it down the inside of the source. Can Burra fight back here? Up the Camel. He's got the legs on him in the Lexus. I don't think so. So Jono Stan looking very racy towards the end of this one. They swap positions. So Jono moves up into 6th. Burra drops down into 7th. Now HSV just can't close the gap enough on Scott Pye. So they will remain P9 and P10 right now in this one. expect to get the final lap sign probably on this lap, I would say. Where's Jamie? Jamie's just coming up towards Blanchimont now. Might go 2 more then at this stage. Yeah, yep. And that'll be it. So
Mr. Wilson's got a bit of a gap on Angry, so he's managed to keep him at bay. So it looks like Mr. Wilson's good for the podium if he keeps it pointing in the right direction.
Yeah, got a couple more laps still to go, so we won't jinx him. We'll let
fair point.
That's the rule of the commentators, mate. If they crash and you've said something, it's your fault. So you just got to remove yourself from all possible blame. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it pans out for him. Jamie, he's doing it pretty easy though. Eagle wind. He'll be quite lonely, I reckon. He wouldn't have had that door-to-door stuff, the scrapping that we were talking about earlier. He's 29 seconds behind Jamie and 6.4 ahead of Mr. N. Wilson. So not much to do for him except turn laps, but he's in some good form right now. He won last week. Put it on pole position, I believe, too. So he's looking really good right now. And do we have an issue? 5:10.
So Scotty Pie's right behind Brenticles and HSV's right behind Scotty Pie.
Yeah, here we go. So just having a look. What car number? Oh, we've lost another one. Not too sure who that was. 5:10. Not sure who that was that we did lose, but we lost another one. We're down to 14. Doesn't matter because we're in the closing stages of this one. Scott Pye just climbing all over the curbing at Radion at the top of Eau Rouge. He is closing in rapidly on Brenchkels. Even Ty Morgo's looking to try and get a little piece of this action. Here's Scott Pye looking to send it through Lacombe there. He's driven another solid race tonight. Started down there in P13. Currently finds himself in P9. Can he make it 8th? He's all over the back of Brenchkels now. And he's going to have HSV to deal with. And Ty Morgo will just be waiting for one of these guys to make a mistake and capitalise on that. And this will definitely be the final lap that Jamie begins. So these guys will have another 1.5 laps to go.
Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
There we go. There's the sign. And Scott Pye sends it. Nice move. And can he finish it through campers? I think he can. Great driving from Scott Pye.
Good move.
Yeah, that was nice. And then HSV, he sneaks through too. So Brenchkels just losing a couple of spots there. And Ty Morgo, he'll be looking to take advantage of this. So Brenchkels just struggling in the closing stages of this one. And he's going to lose another spot to Ty Morgo in the Bentley. So there you go. So just some late race changes of position. HSV, what can he do? Can he get himself up a little bit further, or is Scott Pye going to be able to absorb the pressure once again 2 weeks in a row? We'll just have a quick look at Angry. Is he going to be close enough to Mr. N. Wilson? I don't think he is. No. They got Slambo for company as well there. Let's get back to this battle. This is where it's going to be where it's at. This is HSV's final shot at it.
It's close.
Yeah, he gets up through Eau Rouge all right. Radion, no problems. So now it's just going to be the Merc versus Ferrari engine.
Don't know if he's quite close enough.
No. Closes up under brakes a little bit, but not enough. So Scott Pye's got about 2/3 of a lap to fend off HSV. In the meantime, though, Jamie is closing in on finishing this lap, which will be the final lap of the race. And here he is. So he didn't have to scrap with Vic for too long. Vic dropped off. Jamie was able to take the lead and not let go of it since. Congratulations, Jamie. Takes victory, Heat 3, Split 1. Well done. Congratulations in the Aston Martin tonight. Showing his typical class that we've come very accustomed to. Here's Eagle win. So a very lonely second. He started in P9. So won last week. Started on the front row of the grid. 9th to 2nd here tonight. Nice driving from him in the Bentley. So is that a sign of things to come? He will certainly be hoping so. Congratulations to Eagle. Here's Mr. Ian Wilson. Great drive from him. Angry old fella's going to chase him all the way, but no avail. Congratulations, Mr. Ian Wilson. A very well-deserved podium there. Here's John O'Stan. He's coming home in 6th position. He's going to beat out Burrow Dog, but HSV, this is his final opportunity at the bus stop chicane. Looking to go around the outside. Can he get the over-under done here in the short run to the line? I don't think he can. Oh, he gets a little bit loose out of there. He doesn't. So Scott Pye just holds them off. Ty Morgo comes home there in P10 as well. So another really, really solid drive there from Scott Pye. He comes home in P8. Brenticles in 11th. He just struggled there right at the very end. You've got Bruce. He got caught up in that early lap 1 incident. He'll come home in 12th, and in that bright green and purple with a little bit of white Honda, it's Team Little Bear in lucky 13. So what were you
Brenticles dropped right back there. I wondered if he was running out of fuel.
Possibly, or maybe took a different strategy on the tyres and didn't quite hold up, but whatever it was, he's finished down there in P11. But that's the race. What were your thoughts, Hagman? What did you think of that one?
Yeah, I mean, pity Vic with his new TV had problems. I think we could have seen a good scrap with him and Jamie, but Jamie, 33 seconds ahead of everyone else. Then I think Eagle jumped Wilson on the pits, but they both had really good finishes for the other 2 podium places. Scotty Pye did well there, coming back, was holding good pace, and there was some good scraps up and down the field, some good overtaking, not too much carnage. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, I agree. There was some really good driving tonight as well. Some really nice scraps for position 2. So, but it was Jamie from Eagle win from Mr. N. Wilson. That was our podium. And that is pretty much us done for this evening. So that is Heat 3, Split 1. It's all going to start to get funneled down. We've got a semi-final, I believe, next week and the grand final after that before we get back into the season proper. So that's exciting to look forward to. Hagman, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. How did you find it?
Yeah, it was good. Good to watch instead of being part of it, and knowing the guys now from having done a couple of seasons, it adds another angle to it when you know about the history and what the guys are like. So yeah, it was really good. Thanks.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on as well. We got you just in time for the race. So much appreciated. It was fantastic having you on. You're welcome back anytime. So obviously you prefer to be out there racing. But thank you very much for joining us. Thanks for everyone watching tonight as well. So plenty of action going on in the chat there. Vic Chan and Crashy Mate having a good conversation. And everyone else in there as well. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back next week. It's got to be the semi-final. So my name's Nick. I've been joined by the one and the only Hagman. Hope you all enjoyed that tonight.